A good day to you. Thank you for joining us right here on ZTN News Blitz. Let's take a quick look at our top stories. Zimbabwe teachers in Major climbed down. Henrietta Rushwaya's weekend in remand will give you more. Theatre in the Park hosts a first gig. And in sport, Zimbabwe-Pakistan tour begins. And now for the news in greater detail. Zimbabwe teachers who have been on strike for several months are ready to settle for less. They have been demanding at least $500 United States per month, and in an internal memo in possession of ZTN, the teachers expressed their willingness to accept $360 United States. Their latest position follows a meeting with President Emmerson Mnangagwa on Monday this week. Now, the meeting, which was held in Harare, seems to have struck all the right chords as teachers now wait for what they believe will be the final leg of salary negotiations next week. The National Joint Negotiating Council meets on Monday, and ZIMTA Chief Executive Dr. Sifiso Ndlovu is optimistic of a breakthrough.
We are expecting significant movement because the issue is now urgently we must address the issue of opening of schools, and we must allow educators to go and do what they love best, teaching children. And the children love to learn. They are longing for that learning, and we should capacitate the educators to go back to school. So we are expecting something that will bring about that transformation, and we hope there will be a meeting of minds in this crisis.
Public Service, Labour and Social Welfare Minister Professor Paul Mavima says government will table a new improved offer.
There's going to be a new government policy, but we can't give any details yet, but there's going to be a new government position. I'm glad that meeting is now taking place, and I am hopeful that government and civil servants will find common ground.
However, the Zimbabwe Confederation of Public Sector Trade Unions, which was excluded from the meeting, is unmoved. Secretary General David Zatsunga speaks.
Difficult to say what we expect. We just going there to hear what government is at the table. But to say exactly what we expect, I can't say right now, because we just hope they brought an offer that is acceptable to the generality of the civil service.
Suspended Zimbabwe Miners Federation President Henrietta Rushwaya is expected to spend the weekend in remand prison after Harare Magistrate Ngoni Duna set aside ruling on her bail application pending submissions from the State and Defense Council. The magistrate granted the state application to withdraw its bail consent. The state had initially consented to bail but made a U-turn after coming across new evidence. Now, Magistrate Ngoni Nduna also ruled that Rushwaya be jointly charged with accomplices Superintendent Douglas Shoko and Detective Chief Inspector Paul Chimungu on the smuggling charge. Rushwaya was arrested on Monday at Robert Mugabe International Airport as she allegedly attempted to smuggle 6 kilograms of gold out of the country. Drugs, medical equipment and property worth thousands of dollars were destroyed when a fire reduced to a shell a clinic in Gokwe North, a district in Zimbabwe's Midlands province. No one was injured in the fire, which broke out on Wednesday. A National Police spokesperson, Assistant Commissioner Paul Nyati, said investigations are underway to establish the cause of the fire.
The incident which occurred at the site clinic on the 28th of October 2020, where it is said fire broke out in the dispensary and it spread to other rooms at the clinic. It destroyed the various property, which include some drugs. No one was injured, and the cause of the fire is yet to be established.
As the arts sector is still mourning hip-hop star Calvin, who died over the weekend, tragedy struck again on Thursday after the passing on of IASA founding member Sibonisiwe Stole. She died after a short illness, and IASA founder Nkululeko Dube was at a loss of words when contacted by ZTN.
Sibonisiwe Stole, we have lost a very ambitious and a very dedicated, very loyal, and most of all, which was her greatest strength, very humble artist. She was an example to a lot of young artists, especially female artists. She was one of the longest serving members of IASA, a pioneer. She has worked with almost every generation of artists that have come and gone at IASA, and she still remained addictive to audiences and a very, 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 very friendly person.
Still with the Arts Theatre in the Park opens its doors for the first time in 7 months tonight for a musical concert featuring Mbira Princess Hope Masike. COVID-19 had forced a closure of all leisure sports, and ZTN caught up with the Mbira Queen.
It's exciting. I really missed being on stage. I mean, we were on stage, but like you're saying, doing gigs virtually, and it's totally different. Because when you're performing live, you want to share your energy with your fans share energy with you, and that exchange wasn't there. So sometimes you're shouting, "What are you going to?" But you can see it's just cameras and chairs. So it's exciting. I can't wait. And a lot of my fans were now asking, when will you be allowed to start live gigs? And I do live gigs mostly in my career, so you can imagine. And I've been depression, my withdrawal symptoms, so I'm really excited.
Theatre in the Park director Dave Zguja revealed that the move by government to allow shows to commence was much appreciated, as their coffers were now drying up.
I think it's a very welcome relief. If there's one thing that I really want to give credit to the National Council, particularly to Nicholas Ngoyo, is on how they actually really worked furiously to ensure that at least we get this opening, this reopening, which is so critical for us. After having stopped working for 7 months, you know, the level of economic downturn has been quite intense. So we are pretty much excited and we are raring to go. For now, the idea is to do every Friday. We will actually be hosting in musicians, theatre, dancers, and almost everybody else that fits in within the construct of the creative and cultural industries.
For movie fanatics, they have been enjoying for 2 weeks since cinemas reopened, and ZTN spoke to Stir Kanako Complex manager Vignos Charimba earlier.
Because we were forced to shut down completely. No business was coming, meaning no revenue was coming, so we were definitely affected. We have opened, but currently business is still low. People are still skeptical about coming to the movies, but generally I think we are getting there with time. Currently we are running 3 shows per day. The first one begins at 12:30, the second one comes in at 3 o'clock, then the last one comes in at 5:30. As per government requirements, when people come in, we check their temperatures, sanitize them, and we are also maintaining social distance. Even in the cinema, people are sitting a seat apart.
We move on to South Africa, where economic freedom fighters leader Julius Malema has told South African nationals not to limit their employment options within their borders, but to extend their search to the rest of Africa. He was addressing party supporters on Thursday.
Today, you follow a stupid mentality of apartheid and colonialism. You stand on the robot with your gown and say, I'm a graduate, yet I'm unemployed. You only looked for a job here in South Africa. You never looked for a job in Nigeria. You have never looked for a job in Egypt.
Trump was once again on the campaign trail for her husband yesterday. She made a pitch for Trump as he faces a stern test against Democrat Joe Biden.
We are a country of hope, not a country of fear or weakness. And we have a leader who shows us that every single day. Trump chooses to move this country forward. This country deserves a president with proven results, not empty words and promises.
We move on to the world of sport. We start off with football, where La Liga managing director Marcus Pellegrin arrived in Zimbabwe yesterday. Now, Pellegrin, who is set to officiate at the Real Betis Academy launch in Harare tonight, speaks about growth of the La Liga brand in Zimbabwe.
First, we will be inaugurating the Betis Academy, but on Sunday we're expecting to celebrate a watch party for Betis and match, and for key for our strategy as La Liga Africa to develop closer ties with countries like Zimbabwe, which loves football, and I think we need to be here, and that's why we're very happy right now.
On to some local cricket, where Zimbabwe are chasing for 282 for victory in the first ODI against Pakistan. Now, the hosts won the toss and chose to bat. Returning to international cricket since 2018, Blessing Mzarabani was impressive with 2 wickets for 39. Also, another national team returnee, left-arm orthodox spinner Tendai Chisoro, took 2 wickets. Harris Sohail's top scored for Pakistan with 71, and opener Imam Al-Haq got a 58. All-rounder Imad Wasim ensured Pakistan got some late runs with a 26-ball 34. Zimbabwe's chase is on now, and the latest score is 218 for 4. Now on to some breaking news. In news just received, police in Bulawayo have arrested one suspect in connection with a fatal hit-and-run accident which led to the death of hip-hop star Calvin Hlizio. Now the suspect handed himself over to the police, and Calvin was killed on Sunday near his home in Luveve, Bulawayo. And for more details on the story and others, you can visit our website and our social media pages. That's all we had for you on ZTN News Biz. We leave you watching Sports Daily.
You're watching the Stars Corner right here on Sports Daily, brought to you by Remington Gold, the proud sponsors of Dynamos Football Club. Yes, we do this every Friday right here on Sports Daily. You can follow us on our social media platforms. On Facebook, we are Zimbabwe's TV network. On YouTube, we are simply Zimbabwe's. And today in studio, I've got another star from Dynamos. Yes, you can guess who that is. God knows Murira in studio today. God knows. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How is it?
God knows, played at Dynamos, went away, came back to Dynamos. What does Dynamos mean to you?
All I can say is Dynamos is home, because that's where I made my name, playing for Dynamos. So whenever I feel frustrated out there, I just find myself feel at home when I come back at Dynamo. So it's something that I always think of whenever I want to revive myself. I stayed at Dynamos for 2 seasons. Then I went to Ngezi Platinum. And Ngezi Platinum won, they had won the Chibuku the previous season. So they were playing the CAF Confederations. So I just thought I should join those who will be participating in Africa. Yeah, so I went there. It was unfortunate we didn't went further. We didn't qualify to the group stages.
Remember, we always have something for you out there. Whenever we are on the Stars Corner, we've got this very immaculate replica for Dynamos Football Club, and what you simply need to do is to answer a question that God knows he's going to ask you before he steps out of the studio. And yeah, this replica is brought to us by the proud sponsors of Dynamos Football Club, Remington Gold. So yeah, just keep that in mind. You ask a question, and then whoever gets that question correct and provided luck is on their side, they'll get to win this replica. But you were talking about you now and Ngezi, and I know what you were looking for. You were looking for a league title.
Yes.
So from the moment that you joined Dynamos in 2015, up until now, Dynamos have not won a league title. How does that make you feel? because you are part of Dynamos now, what do you talk about with the other players in terms of the league title?
I've been to different clubs thinking that I can get a title, but it's not that you move to any club that for you to get a title. I think I've been telling my teammates right now that we should stick together and have one goal in mind to achieve and work as a team. That only can help us win the title.
Do you think these are the guys that are going to bring the championship to Dynamos?
Without taking anything away from the past teams, I can say this 2020 crop, there's more talent
than the previous teams.
Yeah, yes, those previous teams they may have achieved, yes, but you know, when I look at this crop, I see natural talent.
So when you are with the team, obviously you talk about a lot of things. Who is the biggest joker in the team?
King Nadolo.
I'll tell you a story about King Nadolo. All right, I'll tell you offset a very interesting story about him. But you know, coming back to Dynamos and the players that are there now, obviously you went away, you came back. Now there are quite a number of new players at Dynamos, and people always talk about a Dynamos culture. Do you know this Dynamos culture that people talk about?
The main thing that they say when they talk of, when they say culture, is that winning mentality.
Oh, that's the culture.
That's the culture. You should get used to win. Yeah, you should just be someone who is a winner.
So all right, let's get now to your question, because we've got this replica jersey that one of the lucky ones is going to get. What's your question?
Which game did I score my first goal for Dynamos?
So, which game did God knows score his first goal for Dynamos? Remember, he joined Dynamos in 2015. Went away, he's back now, but which game did he score his first goal? God knows, thanks so much for coming to the Stars Corner, brought to us by Remington Gold, the proud sponsors of Dynamos Football Club.
Thank you for chasing me.
All right, next week we've got another star here on Stars Corner on Sports Daily, brought to you by Remington Gold. So stay tuned, because the stars keep coming to the Stars Corner.